Rumors are that allegedly there's a secret plan to help Marlo take down Kenya and Kandi. Who's behind it? And can the plan work? Well, I have some new information that may answer all of those questions and more right after this. What's up, kinfolk, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, do me a favor and subscribe. And if you already are subscribed, do me a favor and get notified so you'll know whenever I upload new videos to the channel. Alright, kinfolk, come on into the house. We have a lot to talk about, and it centers around rumors that allegedly there is a secret plan to help Marlo take down Kenya and Kandi. What's the plan? Who's behind it? Well, I have some new information that may answer all of those questions and more. And here it goes. This season of Real Housewives of Atlanta promised to bring big drama and major shade. However, there will be one housewife who may appear to be flying above all of the petty drama. Much of the drama she helped create. A source explained, Marlo had a pretty bad first season as a peach holder. She came off as unauthentic, unrelatable, and overly dramatic. It seemed as if she was trying extremely hard to prove to her castmates and fans that she deserved her spot as a peach holder. The source continued, but her performance fell flat. She seemed to have ignored all of the advice to simply be herself. After major pushback and backlash from fans, Marlo seemed to have tried to apologize her way to a new image. Unfortunately for her, fans didn't buy it and saw right through it. And they saw it for what it was, a fake attempt at peace. So the question is, what did producers allegedly do to help Marlo clean up her image and potentially help her take down other castmates? Well, industry insiders suggest that allegedly this season of Real Housewives of Atlanta editing will only show Marlo hiding her hand but never show her throwing the rock. The source continued, much of the cast drama this season is caused by Marlo, especially drama involving Kandi. Marlo absolutely hated being called a hater by fans whenever she went head to head with Kandi with cast beef. Also, she was very aware at how many hard hits her reputation took when fighting with Kandi. The source went on to say, so Marlo and production had to come up with a new plan. The source continued, allegedly production decided it was best to shield Marlo from major drama in an attempt to protect their investment in Marlo as being the new Nene, ended the source. Production is really pulling out all the stops to allegedly protect Marlo, said an industry insider. So much so that they are jeopardizing the season's edits that could potentially ruin the rest of the season. For continuity's sake, scenes need to work. And by cutting Marlo out of key moments of drama that she helped produce herself may have fans scratching their heads or left frustrated trying to sort through petty drama. The industry insider continued, Kenya made mention of Marlo allegedly being protected by production in a recent interview, something fans were furious to find out. So it would make sense for production to try to reroute the ship and try to fix this Marlo issue before it's too late. Will they? We just have to wait and see, said the source. But there is still time to re-edit any scenes from episodes in the future. Now, kinfolk, there's a lot of information, and when this rumor came across my desk, I was absolutely not too surprised by it. You know, of course, it's all alleged information and speculation at this point, but if history is any indicator on how production has treated Marlo these past couple of seasons, then you could probably find a little bit of truth in it. Now, the first thing about this rumor that I was extremely surprised about is this. I was very surprised to know that production had allegedly been so sloppy with trying to protect Marlo that it had come off, and had come off as an attempt to shield her by other cast members. Normally, when a producer or production tries to pick a favorite or try to protect or shield a certain housewife from certain things that could ruin their reputation, it's done so in a very underhanded, sneaky, very subtle way that a lot of times the ladies just don't catch for seasons to come. But the fact that after Marlo's first season that Kenya was able to say, you know what, it looks like Marlo is being shielded by production, goes to show you how blatant and heavy-handed the production probably has been, allegedly behind the scenes in dealing with Marlo and helping to protect and cultivate an image for her. So with that being said, I am kind of surprised that, production has been sloppy in that instance, which is also very detrimental to the rest of the cast morale. It makes it very hard for cast members to come out and to really give their all. And they almost have to come out and second guess a lot of the things they're doing in certain scenes, because in the back of their minds, they may feel like no matter what I say, no matter what I do, Marlo is still going to have the upper hand in editing. So it may actually cause a lot of ladies to not be their authentic selves. Or if you're a veteran or OG of the show, one way to combat that is by going over the top and making a bigger scene than which the person they're trying to protect is making, and that way you get your point across. And sometimes you're able to also save face. Now, kinfolk, is another part of this rumor that I do find very surprising, and it's this. Sources are saying that Marlo is very aware of how she came off last season. And that, she really wants to reroute the course, but also give production and producers what they need in order to make a very exciting season. I find that a bit surprising. I don't take Marlo as the type of person who has a lot of self-awareness. Even last season, the things she was doing and saying just simply didn't make sense. And it takes a person with a lot of or a lack of self-awareness to keep doing those type of things, regardless of how they're making them look. And if a person has some sort of self-awareness, even just a little bit, they would know that the way they're coming off is not in the best light. And they would not need other people or other groups of people to tell them anything different. So with that being said, I do find it very hard that Marlo saw an issue with what she was doing last year, or was aware that last season she came off as unrelatable, unauthentic, and over the top. So with that being said, I don't think that any plan, or any alleged plan to help Marlo take down the other cast members is something that she came up with. It's probably something that producers or another group of people had to come up with, because Marlo just seems so detached from her reality of who she is as a housewife and the position that she is playing as a housewife. Which brings me to the next part of this rumor that I could absolutely see as being factual. And it comes from rumors about Nene, the role she played in the franchise, and with Marlo and the role that she is currently playing with the franchise. And it's this. I can definitely see production trying to make Marlo out to be the new Nene. The reason why is because for so long, Marlo was Nene's understudy on the show. Everything that Nene did, Marlo was right there, learning and taking things all in. So with that being said, when Marlo came on last season, you saw baby Nene trying to come out of her, which makes sense because Nene was the closest housewife she was with, who she was friends with or closest to. So she was privy to a lot of behind the scenes details, a lot of behind the scenes information on what went into make a show great, and also what went into making a housewife iconic. The only issue is that she went about it the wrong way. Nene's magic is Nene was the lovable villain. She was someone that you love to hate, someone who you actually tune in to hate watch in certain situations. And at the end of the day, she was also respected by the rest of the castmates, producers, and fans because she had a lot of OG status and a lot of iconic moments, but also she helped to cultivate the franchise into what it is today. So with that being said, Marlo does not come into this as a peach holder with those same accolades and that good grace and that goodwill behind her. She really comes on not necessarily as a newbie in the traditional sense, but as a newbie in this sense of it's her first time being a peach holder, and she has to carry her own scenes, has to carry her own storylines, and all those things are very new to Marlo. So with that being said, her coming in and being anything other than herself was going to be a big disaster from the jump. So with that being said, I don't think that production really thought that through in terms of trying to allegedly make Marlo the new Nene figure. If anything, I would say the person who could probably hold that space the best probably would be Kenya. The only instance is Kenya is not as, I guess you can say rude in the sense Nene was, or not too much of an over-the-top character like Nene in order to carry on that role that Nene once held. Now, kinfolk, the last part of this rumor that I want to talk about that I find very interesting is this. I do find it interesting if you are to believe this rumor because, again, it's all speculation and alleged information. I just find it very interesting that producers will want to use Marlo as the person to go head to head with Kenya and Kandi, and also use her as the person who should carry the bones and start drama and be protected by producers. I don't think Marlo has enough reality TV show credit and experience to do something like that. And when I mean by experience, she's been on the show quite some time now, but never as a full-time peach holder. And you need some experienced peach holders in order to do some of the things that production's allegedly wanting Marlo to do. Be a bone collector, facilitate more drama, be able to help the producers produce the other cast ladies. Norma makes the other cast member tick and exploiting that. Marlo, I think, is not a good candidate for that. If anything, I would have probably made someone like Drew or Kenya, that person to help produce other people and other scenes and other narratives on the season. So I still find it very hard to believe, or kind of hard to believe, that they would actually pick Marlo to carry on such an important job. But kinfolk, I do think it will be very weird if you are to believe these rumors, and if this rumor does materialize. It's going to be very hard or weird seeing drama happen that we absolutely know Marlo had a hand in, tried to evade naming her as the person who is behind all the issues and all the arguments. It's going to be very interesting to see how they edited it, and it's going to also be very interesting to see how it handles the continuity issues, because there have been some seasons where we've had drama between two housewives, and at the reunion we figure out the source of all that drama, and it could be another person. But this season, from my sources are saying, it's not going to be that hard to figure out who is behind the drama. The issue is going to be is trying to figure out why no one is addressing that person who caused all of those issues in drama. And my sources are saying that for right now, it looks like it's going to be some little editing trick to keep us in the dark, in which we all will probably already know that it was Marlo who threw the rock and now is hiding her hand. But kinfolk, I want to know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you are to believe this rumor, as always, is speculation and alleged information, do you think it's a good idea for production to potentially protect Marlo throughout this season? Or do you think it is a bad course of action to protect Marlo throughout the season? So let me know what you guys think. Is it a good thing or a bad thing that production's allegedly protecting her? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Alright, kinfolk, as always, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys over on the next one. Peace.